And welcome back, everyone, to the week of Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from the Dragon Flame 1. What's the question? Who will win a fight? Homelander or Hancock? Conceptually, they're very different. But in terms of like the type of hero, superhero, or superpowered being, they are very similar individuals. Flight, super strength, all that. So I get the question is, who would win in a fight between these two? In terms of who's the better individual, it's Hancock all the way. I don't think anyone's arguing that. In terms of who would win, well, let's break this down because this is going to be a stat to stat kind of type of scenario here, plus extra abilities. So, for example, Hancock does not have heat vision, doesn't have it. So that's already a win in Homelander's column. Granted, he has like buckshot jizz. So I mean, take that for what it's worth. But regardless, Homelander does have heat vision over Hancock. We've never seen Hancock handle that. I don't know if they ever did like continue a comic series of Hancock, but I have to go by the movie. But we've never actually seen him deal with anything on that magnitude. In terms of durability, we know for a fact they literally basically have to have a hydrogen bomb on call to take care of Homelander because nothing else on the planet could hurt him. Nothing else could hurt him. So we know he's at least high atomic bomb level of durability. Hancock is a little bit trickier to get like a high level durability feat on if we're going by just the movie. What we do see is he does do the Homelander thing of stopping a train by just letting it crash into him. Now, granted, the train he stopped was much larger than the train that Homelander got hit by, but regardless, they're most likely even on that playing field. He can neg high caliber gunfire, no problem. He can stop RPG rounds just by blocking them. So you can definitely take like a lot of the standard equipment. In terms of how durable he is, though, we don't have a clear answer to that. We never see any true high-level feat of durability. Although, we do have a feat he certainly has over Homelander, in the fact that he literally flew into space and to the moon, which means he can survive in the vacuum of space with no ill effects. Homelander, to the best of my knowledge, can't do that. Homelander's never demonstrated something that level. So, but that isn't entirely durability. That's also just ability to adaptation of your body as well. So it's a little tricky to kind of quantify that on some level. But I think I would say if he can do that, he might be able to tank a bomb as well. That being said, though, his biggest weakness is he actually gets weaker, like physically weaker, loses his powers as he's closer to his other half, the pairing, Charlize Theron. They both start to lose their powers. So it becomes more vulnerable after that. But regardless, yeah, I'll say it's roughly a wash, but without a true durability feat like, say, an atomic bomb, we can't be certain what Homelander's durability is. That being said, what about actual physical strength? Homelander has definitely had some great strength feats, although what's the best way to put it? His strength feats aren't there's no Superman level strength feats. He's not punching the multiverse or lifting the planet. He can't do that. Despite being a Superman ripoff, or at least their equivalent of his world's equivalent of, he's not Superman in his strength levels at all. I'm trying to think. He can lift vehicles, no problem. I think, could he have lifted the plane episode's famous. I haven't watched it, but I'm very familiar with the plane episode, the plane issue. Like when the plane was like falling, he couldn't do anything about it. But could he have actually lifted the plane? Like, if it were on the ground, could he have lifted the plane? The implication is, yes, he could have, I think. Although it probably would have been a lot of effort on his part. He could have done it. Hancock's most impressive strength feat is, I think, tossing the whale. But here's the thing. The humpback whale weighs a lot less than the plane did. If I'm not mistaken, average commercial plane weight, which was what that was. Let's see, average commercial plane, average plane weight. Let's try that. Plane weight. So the average weight of a plane, if we're going by the image they're going to give here. Yeah, okay, so the average weight of plane is anywhere between 80,000 pounds and 176 pounds for an average passenger plane. So that's an average passenger plane. That looked to be about an average humpback. So let's do this. And the average humpback is not going to weigh anywhere near as much. Average humpback whale weight. Humpback whale weight. So 55 to 66,000 pounds. So it's a less impressive feat in terms of sheer weight. However, he literally, if I remember that scene correctly, he literally one-armed the whale and casually threw it. That tells me that even if we max out to the 66 grand, 66 grand is kind of lightweight for him. Like it's nothing. It's a nothing weight, really. He still put effort obviously to do it, but there was no real effort put into it. Homelander, we just don't have a true strength feat available for him, as far as I know. Like, how strong is Homelander? Let's find that out real quick. Homelander strength. Homelander strength feats. Let's see. What is Homelander strength? It says greatest physical strength ever seen, allowing him to absolutely overpower any opponent. He can hurl a fighter jet with one hand. Okay. Crush a phone into a dust. Well, that's whatever. Carry a car with 4 passengers while flying and kill Queen Maeve in just a single. Okay. Well, point being, let's go with the fighter jet with one hand. Let's see. Fighter jet weight. Fighter jet weight. What's an average fighter jet weigh? Average fighter jet weighs only about 18.9 to 26.5 pounds. Now, if he can effortlessly do that with one hand, that means he's essentially doing that with, he's basically doing think words here, Hancock. He's doing a Hancock. Apparently, Blacknor reveals that Homelander can lift a dozen Mack trucks, potentially making him capable of lifting 996,000 pounds or 880 tons. While impressive, Homelander streaks far, as they say, far below Superman speeds. But point being, that is allegedly his max output is nearly 500 tons, which far exceeds what we saw with the whale feat. However, if we're going by how casually Homelander can destroy a jet plane with one hand and how casually Hancock can throw a whale, and if they're both doing it with the same casualness, Hancock should have the greater strength. But again, the problem here is we just don't have a serious amount of feats for Hancock. Homelander will at least have a comic series to go off of. Let's see, Hancock, Will Smith, strength feats. There we go. What is the biggest strength feat we have for that? Hancock possesses incredible super strength. He easily throw a full-grown blue whale. Wait, it was a blue whale? I'm sorry, it was a blue whale? I thought I remember it being a humpback whale. Okay, hold for a second. Because a blue whale is around 190 tons, as they're listing here. And he casually threw that. So if that was true, because I remember it being a humpback whale. But am I remembering that wrong? I literally, seriously, am I remembering that wrong? I swore to God it was a humpback whale. If it's actually a blue whale and he did that as casually as he did, then there's actually no argument on who's stronger then. It's going to be Hancock. If Homelander's max output is 480 tons, and Hancock can casually one arm a blue whale 190, then there's no question of who's the stronger. It's Hancock. But again, I remember that. You know what? I'm gonna put that scene on in the background as I'm talking right now. I'm not gonna have the sound on or anything like that. But because I need to remember, I need to see the scene to be sure. Because I feel like maybe people are, one of us, either the internet's remembering it wrong or I'm remembering it wrong. It's like Hancock throws a whale. Throws whale. Okay. Hancock throws whale. I'm getting that up right now. Let's talk about another topic for the meantime. Speed. between these two, um, and I'm just going to, okay, and then we're going to get the volume gone. All right. Yeah, between these two, speed-wise, it's difficult to say who's going to beat the other in speed. Homelander is fast as hell. He is fast as hell. But Hancock is also fast as hell. So I'm looking at this right now. I'm sorry, no, this is a humpback whale. They're saying this is supposed to be a blue whale. I'm watching this video right now. They're saying this is supposed to be a blue whale. This is a humpback whale. These people clearly don't know what whales are. So no, this is a humpback whale. But so yeah, it's a humpback. Someone said blue. It's not a blue whale. I'm sorry. You've clearly never seen a blue whale. And I'm not trying to be mean about that, but that's not a blue whale. Still, I'm going to probably put Hancock and Homelander roughly equal to each other. Because his casual tossing feat of the whale, because I just watched that, and if I remember correctly, I think he still used I think he still one-handed. No, he didn't one-handed. He did two-handed, but he just casually tossed it. So, I'm going to put them even on strength. Speed-wise, Homelander and Hancock are very fast. However, Hancock isn't really a speedster. You can still more or less see how fast he's moving. Homelander actually is a speedster, at least by his world standard. He's faster than his own world speedster, who is a speedster. So, yeah, he's. I think Homelander's probably the faster of the two. At least when it comes to like quick speeds. Long distance speeds, it might be Hancock, but we have no idea how long it took him to do the moon feat. So what about experience? Technically, Hancock should have that advantage, but he lost his memory, so his experiences might be a little jumbled. So it's probably a wash, but Homelander does have more experience fighting superpowered beings. Granted, he usually is the top dog in those fights. The only one who ever gave him issue was Soldier Boy and Billy Butcher. And Black Noir in the comics. But that's it. Honestly, he actually got his ass kicked by Black Noir. He was killed by Black Noir. But that's it. Hancock, we don't see fighting superpowered beings much because the only one around is Charlize Theron, and they weaken each other. That said, however, in favor of Hancock, apparently him and Charlize Theron were fighting so hard and so fast and powerfully, they were somehow affecting the weather. They were literally creating tornadoes. So, how that works, I'm not 100% sure. Who ultimately wins this fight? So, Homelander, because he has heat vision, has abilities Hancock simply doesn't have and is not prepared to deal with. But we don't actually know, again, his Hancock's durability to a complete degree. However, because he went straight into space and came back and apparently have no ill effects, we know he can survive solar radiation, which means even though he would probably feel the heat and it would burn, it would not be a kill move. So Homelander, Hancock is being maybe the new hero on the block, except he's a naturally born hero, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, I'm not having you upstage me, okay? So just get your. He probably starts to be racist. Like, yeah, look, I don't want to do this, okay? So let's just. You do you and your old Nazi Superman thing here, and I'm just going to do me. Nazi Superman, that's a good one. Oh, I haven't actually heard that one. That's funny. And he just blast Hancock straight in the face. And it's like, oh, okay, now it's time to. And he goes, you son of a mutt. Oh, not cool. It's like, ooh, someone's a bit of a tough guy, huh? And Hancock's just kind of like, ooh, that's the look. That's the look I want to see. All right, then. But, look, you can't take me on the Homelander, okay? And Hancock's just not having, just decks him. Even if he's not as strong as Homelander, he's within a ballpark of Homelander, which means he's like within, say, Soldier Boy levels of Homelander, which means he's gonna feel that hit. And the difference between Soldier Boy and Hancock can fly. So he comes in, boom, and he just starts kind of like doing the Broly a little bit, just grinding him through the ground, just throwing him up. And Homelander now, he catches himself. It's like, you really want to go? You want to go? Let's say, you want to go? Let's do this. And Homelander's bleeding. Like, you, motherfucker, it just comes in. And they just start bashing into each other. And it's just a lot of back and forth. Now, again, Homelander having the heat vision, it's not an instant kill, but it is advantageous. He is able to just really, like, if they're in close, he can hit him in the eyes, like blind him. But then Hancock just start, like holds up, like, mother, let go, God. They're just, this is going to be a brawl. This is going to be a flat out bare knuckle brawl between these two. The question simply comes down to who is going to win. Hancock is not overly used to fighting superpower beings as far as we know. However, Homelander, unfortunately, when he has gone against Supes, his equal, it hasn't gone well for Homelander. Because he's not a soldier or a fighter. He's just a bully with powers. He's never had to actually fight or train. As far as we know. Maybe he's got a little bit of experience. But that still never had to do it to someone who actually does it more regularly. And Hancock does do it more regularly. He's also... Hancock has more to protect and more to lose. Homelander thinks he has more to lose, but he really doesn't. Which actually makes Hancock the more dangerous one. When you have something you care about on the line and something you're trying to protect, you're usually the more dangerous individual. So even though after a while, like Hancock's going to figure out the lasers as they're fighting, maybe the tornadoes suddenly appear, and Homer's like, "What the hell are you doing? How are you?" And Hancock just does like a thunderclap kind of thing, just boom, blasts it, like somehow dissipates a tornado in Homelander's face. Hancock comes in, just starts to just keeps pounding him into the ground. Like he lets, it's like, and Homelander's now like, fucking what the fuck, you burn, and he tries to like burn his face, but Homelander just, it's like I'm gonna burn your eyes out of your skull. Then let me, it's like you. In Hancock's burning his fingers, but just takes the eyes. Just his eyes are good. Now he's just taking out Homelander's eyes. Saying, "You, where are you? Where are you, you son of a bitch?" And Homelander, Hancock, and basically he has to do the Superman, just break his neck. And maybe he's not even dead. Maybe he's like paralyzed. You, what are you doing? You're still, how the hell are you still alive? It's like, you motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. I swear to God. And he's just like randomly blowing out lasers out of his eyes. People, and Hancock's getting people out of the way. I can't move. Why can't I move? So, it broke your neck. You're paralyzed. Let's see how useful you are now. Let's see how big a hero you are now. You saw me. Okay. And so either he kills Homelander, or he leaves him completely incapacitated, which honestly would be the deserving fate of particularly the show's Homelander. But yeah, it would be drawn out, bare knuckle. These guys are they're in each other's ballpark. It would be tough. It would be brutal. But I think Hancock, because of the outlier feats of being able to go into space with no repercussions whatsoever, and not seeming like carry any issues with it. But also having very similar durability, strength is somewhere in the neighborhood of Homelander, if not more. As well as not actually having any clear weaknesses similar to Homelander. And then in the X Factor, having more to protect and care about than Homelander, I think Hancock's going to pull the win out. But it would be a close fight. Like, seriously, Homelander there'd be scenarios where Homelander would win. There would be scenarios where he'd win. But I think Hancock would eke out the majority of them. This is just my opinion, though. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.